after that very cheerful catch-up.
Oh, no.
Let's roll initiative.
No, first,
Yeah.
who wants to catch us up, and then we'll roll initiative. Because it's been 3 weeks, I think, since our last session. What happened last time, guys?
Crap hit the fan.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Very much. Yeah, very much so.
I didn't hear what she said. It took me a
Shit
second to
hit the fan?
understand.
Yeah.
It's PG version.
She said crap hit the fan.
Okay. Well, we made it to the mountains to find the bandit camp that we were looking for. Unfortunately, losing Dace along the way. And upon getting there, I'm just going to skip over the names because I don't have my book in front of me, and I opted to eat dinner. We were locked up, and all of our weapons stripped, except for like a few daggers that people had smuggled in to play games with. And then
confiscated.
Yeah. Upon meeting the leader, Ceridian, remember that one? A couple of us tried to cast spells and they got all pissed off, so they shot us.
Specifically Mrs. Q.
Specifically Mrs. Q, but I was leaving that out just out of
Yes, Judge.
courtesy.
Who was incredibly apologetic about it.
Yeah. And then after a day spent in the cell contemplating what we had done.
You think about what you've done.
And persuading them to give us another chance. I think Cam and Apoc were both talked to kind of get them to join along the sides, but had neglected to leave their own group and instead wanted to stay together. So then we all ended up going for another discussion in which things actually went a little bit better.
Yes.
Yeah, we sent a message to the speaker.
Yes.
And made arrangements for a rendezvous.
Yes. And then, so in terms of the negotiation,
everybody's just leaving out like a pretty crucial part here.
We're getting there.
Everything went well. In addition to, so the names I specifically remember is so Ceridian, Ajax, and Petra. Petra was a small Apoc, which
she was a small little sexy Apoc. We can't leave out those details.
Well,
that's heavily implied.
We're neglecting to say if she was sexy or not.
We all thought it though.
Yeah, we did.
But she took a fond liking to Apoc.
Well, there may have been ulterior motives,
yes,
as we have discovered.
The rest of the group don't know, but Apoc has been told many things by Petra, and that her and her group apparently are behind everything related to the stealing of the food and just wanted to sow chaos everywhere. We are kind of at like it's sort of like a banquet or like it's the end of the day kind of like dinner thing.
We were about to have food. You had conjured up a hearth and was cooking some food.
We're all just hanging out.
I think we were using pancakes.
Petra reveals all this to Apoc. Apoc tries to leave, doors are shut, and then shouts out, "Petra's the fiend."
Yeah, Apoc wasn't trying to leave. He was trying to secure the perimeter.
Gotcha. Okay. And then I believe it ended right when Petra started to like shapeshift and change forms.
Petra, along with several others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're stuck in a room with a bunch of fiends.
Yep, this is bad.
Fiends are
Go down.
Fiends are my speciality.
Wait, are they?
No.
He's like, no, we're gonna die.
You gotta die with confidence. You're gonna die with confidence.
May the odds be ever in your favor, guys.
Try
No,
that.
please no one die. I can't take anyone dying.
Oh, you never know.
It's like 50-50 on my end.
We'll be halfway through the battle, and then like we won't have realized that he's dead until finally he's just like,
Yep.
oh, he's dead. What?
Of all my characters, Andrea's killed the most of them. So
I've killed him like 3 times in 3 different campaigns.
I mean, we were laughing at that earlier. There hasn't been a campaign where we haven't killed off a character of Eric's.
yeah.
He does it to himself, guys. I'm not that evil of a person.
As is tradition. All right. So
I made a note that Petra turned into a shimmery mass with bat wings.
Yes. So you all find yourselves in this massive banquet hall. There is a long table that had been moved kind of into the middle of the room. Up on the doors behind you, up on the opposite end, there is kind of like almost like a few steps up. If you think of the Great Hall in Harry Potter, for example, where there's a couple steps up, almost like a dais that spans the room. There are no windows, but there are sconces along the walls that are giving life to this room and giving light to it with some flames that are just kind of gently moving every so often in this cave that has been chiseled out of the mountain itself in this bandit fortress. And as most of you, Basil, Elle, Cam, Elle, your new friend, Mrs. Q, Brenna and Ajax are all closer to the far end of the room, warming yourself by Mrs. Q's hearth, kind of chatting now that you are among friends, seeing that you have all of your weapons and armor and trinkets returned to you. You hear Apoc yell from the other end of the room at Ajax, pointing Petra out as the fiend that he has been sensing over the past couple days. And as he does so, Petra just sort of looks at him, sighs, well, that just won't do, and begins to shimmer and transform, where once you see the fur of a Apoc, you see skin that is like a shimmery pink that moves and twists itself into red. These big bat-like wings come out from her back, and she grows in size from the small Apoc that you had seen to a couple feet taller, towering more around 6 feet over all of you. The vaulted ceiling of this place kind of shakes a little as Petra, in her transformation, gives off almost like flames as she completes her transformation into this red-skinned, black-horned, long black hair, clad in leather armor fiend. And as she does so, 2 other guards around the room begin to shimmer as well and grow in size, revealing themselves as bulky, kind of hulking figures with beards made out of snakes, eyes, this like piercing lizard-like yellow, skin the color of like gray purple ooze almost, wielding massive blades in each hand, fangs as they kind of bare their teeth at you. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Now, how long are these transformations? Are we talking like Sailor Moon anime transitions where it's like 2 minutes long?
there's like
We're
music
just
playing in the
watching them all
background.
time.
Can we get 5 rounds of combat
No,
while they're just changing
absolutely not.
costumes?
No. I have been working on that description for 3 weeks. Roll your initiative.
Yeah, there's like the whole background
And I think we
fades to
can
white.
definitively say now that Petra is sexy.
There's
She's
ribbons
leather
everywhere.
clad.
Wait, I was rolling so good earlier.
I got a 12.
All right, 12 for Apoc. Camembert.
21.
Whoa.
Nice.
Elle.
13.
This is Q.
I'll give you a clue. It's less than 2.
Oh boy.
No.
No, it's two. It's two. I forgot to add one.
It's 2. Okay.
Yeah. It's two.
And Basil.
A 4.
Oh no.
Is there an owlbear?
Yeah, hold on. Sorry.
Albert coming, incoming.
Okay, that was weird.
This combat is powered by Owlbear.
Oh boy.
All the joys and simplicity of a
Yeah, let's go.
web-based software that
As the other 2 fiends, other than Petra, complete their transformation, and oh, I forgot to put the fiends in there. Ha, joke's on me.
Now, are you sure they're fiends, or did you just read your notes wrong and they're actually friends?
They are not actually friends.
Damn.
I just heard Lachelle say no.
Lachelle's not part of this.
As the
I see her in Citrix.
as the bearded purple fiends complete their transformation, they also give off like a ring of fire around them, singeing a few of the other guards. You see a few kind of fall, trying to put out the flames or lie still as they complete their transformation. You are all in the room, locked behind this door. Just so you get acquainted, the doors here are closed and completely barred. At least that's what Apoc told them to do. There are no windows. This is just a map from the good old internet.
Nice.
And right where this window would be, there is another door that no one has been through yet. But as it stands right now, this is where we are all set up, and Camembert, you are at the top of the order.
Okay, so I'm going to there's one there, eh? This Apoc, is he also against us?
The Apoc that's nearby, you have been kind of chatting with here and there. He looks kind of grizzled. He seems to have been singed by the transformation of this guy.
Okay.
And he seems to be turning on that guy, ready to fight.
Okay, so I'm going to. Oh no, I can't do that. How does this work? If I bonus action. Sorry, guys.
Is Ceridian not in the room?
Okay. So I am going to take to a knee and basically just take a steady aim with my bonus action as I pull out my dagger and throw it at the guy that's just transformed closest to me.
Nice.
Okay, so that's devil 1, is what we're gonna call it.
Yes.
All right, go ahead. Make your attack.
Oh, 13.
Let me do that. Let me do
13 just hits.
Yeah, okay, so 13. So that'll be roll 7 plus sneak attack because I gave myself advantage with the steady aim. So 7 plus 6, 13 damage.
13 damage?
Yes. And with that, I say, look out, everybody in the room.
Great.
It's my turn.
All right. So as you go and as you like throw your dagger out towards him, is this just a plain dagger?
Yep.
It kind of strikes the guy in the shoulder and he reacts to it as he's like brushing off the flames from his transformation. Doesn't quite do as much damage as you thought, as his skin kind of just beats with some energy that you're not quite certain of.
Oh, mystical.
it.
As you as you yell out, oh wait, where did it go? Oh boy, guys, I closed a tab I needed.
Right click, reopen, close tab.
Actually, that's a good idea. Let me try it. Reopen, close tab. Hey.
And I'm just I need to move quickly because my internet is such crap. I need to go in the same room as our router. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. As you shout that out and hearing Apoc's shouts, Brenna Ceridian has turned from her conversation with Ajax and is looking over at the rest of the room, sees these transformations, sees Camembert attack. She's going to pull out her long sword, this beautiful long blade with a wooden handle that looks to have almost vines kind of curving around it. And she is going to give a shout, grab onto Ajax's forearm before charging at the guy. Oh, now there's too many tabs. Before charging at devil number 2. She can go. She's going to use her very like strong legs to kind of push off from where she is on the dais and leap 5, 10, 15, 30, kind of landing, skidding to a halt, holding her blade aloft and waiting for devil number 2 to come. You can see her kind of taking the dodge action for those playing the home game as she is waiting, shouting commands at the troops she has left in this room. Next is the little servant that has been talking to Elle, an adorable little female servant with like speckles kind of coming down her neck. She sort of looks around, sees some not great stuff going on, and she's going to, you can see her take a deep breath, kind of close her eyes, hold her hands close together, and you see a like divine looking like shimmering green flame kind of strike down right on top of the devil one that Cam had hit with a sacred flame. And as the devil sees it come down, he kind of sidesteps, twirling around, glaring at the little servant as she kind of, and is going to run around behind Elle. Petra is up next. She kind of brushes her hair to the side, looking at you at this end of the room, Apoc.
Lay it on me.
You make your sandwich. She's gonna kind of look and just see. Well, let's see what you're made of then. Opens up her massive wings and is going to take off. You do get an attack of opportunity if you want.
I'm gonna hold for now.
All right. With her move and her action, Petra is going to fly to the very top of this vaulted ceiling, 80 feet above you, and is going to kind of perch in the rafters and just watch.
Is that all?
It's gonna blow your kiss from the top.
Baby. Dang.
Elle, you are up.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Emrys and just say, that was pretty cool. Now watch this. Now I gotta see what I can actually do. The closest devil to me, I guess, would be devil number 1, and he's roughly 30 feet. Is that correct?
25?
Yes,
25.
25, but that's through your friends.
That's through my friends. Okay.
Apoc, you're on deck. Sorry, I should be doing that.
Mhm.
It's all good.
This is gonna be a lot, guys, so bear with me.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm also still deciding. So Elle's gonna cast Thorn Whip on Devil A.
Nice. Okay.
I guess I have to move all my dice. I had all of them in the tray at once. Ooh, that's only an 8. So I
An
don't think
8
she's
as
hit.
you go to whip the devil. It unfortunately snaps a little too close for comfort to Basil's ears as you miss on this one.
Sorry, Sir Basil. And then Elle's kind of gonna take her movement and grab Emerus and kind of just hide a little bit just around the corner. So they're a little out of sight.
Excellent. All right, Apoc, you are up.
I'm gonna turn now that Petra's gone and just focus on Devil A. As you see a swarm of fleas just kind of hover over its head with a big arrow pointing down as Apoc casts Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
As a bonus action, and then I'm just gonna pull out my bow and let loose an arrow towards its neck. As you just hear quietly from the distance away from the group, check out my Borlaug. That's only an 11.
11.
Yeah.
Guys.
I know, it's not good.
This happened
Not
last
good at all.
we were all rolling garbage.
A little bit shaken from Petra not attacking. You are unable to kind of focus on this
All
guy.
her sexy moves just like threw you off, man.
On your head, man.
Her
Oh.
outfit is just, on point.
Petra's too sexy.
Mega stop.
Focus.
Why is Andrea's villains always so hot?
Why?
It's kind of a requirement.
Yeah, that's
I'm
all
learning.
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
No.
All right, you're just gonna chill there?
I'm gonna position myself more in the center of the room. I'm just gonna get onto the table right in the middle here.
Yeah, go for it. So you are on the table.
Mhm.
All right. It is now the devil's turn.
Oh no.
Is there anything else you were
I'm
doing?
just putting a red
Hunter's
ring
Mark?
around Devil A for the Hunter's Mark.
Yeah. Remember your hunter's mark. Devil A. Gonna kind of shake off. This guy stands quite tall. He's like extremely built. He is going to kind of take a look around the room, taking Cam's dagger, and is going to turn to the Apoc in front of him and is just going to full on dive at this Apoc. And you see Cam and Basil, you're the closest ones. Apoc, you might see this as well. The snakes on the devil's beard is going to reach out and is just going to sink their talons into the Apoc in front of
Oh,
him.
Yikes.
Dang.
Oh, I don't even think that hits. Oh boy, it's gonna be one of those nights.
Don't forget to snack.
I know, I've been munching. And as the snakes go, they can't quite make it through the studs on this Mapac's armor as they're trying to get through, but there's a little bit of extra padding on the neck. As that is his turn.
crazy.
And the devil on the other side of the room, close to Ceridian, is going to kind of hold out his arm. And in the palm, you see this smoke turn into this massive pointed glaive as he's going to twirl it above his head and leap at Brenna, taking his attack at disadvantage, which does not hit.
Good.
And she kind of just like parries with her own longsword, throwing it to the side.
This is how we win. Someone does bad rolls.
That was a 19 and a natural 1. As these attacks are happening, Elle, Emrys, and Emrys is an NPC. Elle misses Q. You see the torch behind you, that candelabra, you see the flames start to flicker and coalesce, and you hear a like screech from behind you as you turn and see a creature made out of flame starting to like writhe its way down the candelabra itself. As it seems to have been living in the flame itself. From the Apoc, out of the corner of your eye, you see the other candelabras at the corners of the room begin to alight, as well as another one of these creatures appears. And oh, it's so hard to see.
God damn it.
Mrs. Q and Elle, you also see one at the other end of the room kind of form. And as they're about to take their go, what can they do?
Well, damn.
The one
Oh no.
Mrs. Q and Elle is going to skitter its way down the candelabra, is going to move. Where does it want to move to? It's going to move. It's going to move right. No, it'll stay there. It's going to stay there, and it is going to. Pam, give me a d6 roll. 1 and 2 is Mrs. Q, 3 and 4 is Emrys, 5 and 6 is Elle.
5.
5, so it's going to take its claws and it's going to rake its way towards you, Elle.
Oh no.
But it does not hit, as it's just kind of still writhing in flames, and it's just sort of getting its bearings once more. The one that appeared beside or behind you, Apoc, where can you move? Oh, they can fly. Oh, look at that. The one by you, Apoc, is going to open its wings made of flames. You've seen something like this with the ember bats, although this is much more demonic in nature. And it's going to fly 5, 10, 15, 20 feet closer to you, kind of hovering about like 5 feet so that it's looking you straight in the eyes. And it's going to try and rake its claws towards you as well. Oh boy.
What?
That is a 1, 2, and a 1 on this dice.
Guys, this is gonna be the combat that lasts forever.
Yeah. Well,
Nobody's just gonna hit at all.
we're hitting each other with like wet towels.
Yep. The third one is going to skitter down the candelabra on the other side of the room. It's going to fly its way right to here. And seeing that the others have failed, it is going to take a deep breath, and it's just going to blast out this like cone of fire that is going to encompass 5, 10. It's going to hit Ajax, and it's going to hit Mrs. Q.
What?
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Mrs. Q, as these flames are just writhing towards you.
12.
12, you're just able to prevent your apron from being singed as these flames come blasting towards you. You do take
an audible hump.
you take 3 points of fire damage as you do, and this creature is just flapping. Here we are. This creature is just kind of flapping this like living flame that you can see, teeth made out of charcoal, just sort of staring in between you and Ajax. Ajax is up next, kind of seeing what is going on, and he is going to, you see the hand that's missing, his left hand. He's going to kind of clench his fists together and grab onto the inner part of his bracer, and you see his armor kind of flash as a shield comes out from the bracer itself, forming a shield on his left arm, the stump of his left arm, as he reaches for a hand axe in his belt. And he's going to rush with a axe held high towards the one that just singed you both. Let's see. And is able to take a swing and cleave through this one. because that's definitely gonna hit.
Yes, NPCs. Let's go.
Yeah.
Don't let the NPCs save you guys. Come on
We'll
now.
just sit back and
Okay, so as Ajax goes ahead and takes 2 big hits, you see this like living flame. You see this living flame take a pretty hefty cleave as it kind of screeches out. It is not looking great at all. The Apoc that initially tried to get attacked by the devil is going to take out a rapier in one hand and a dagger in the other, and it's just going to start wailing on this guy in front of you. That's going to hit. That will hit. And that will hit. We're going to try and speedrun this as quick as I can. You can see as the Apoc is going, Cam, because you're right there, you can see that similar to what happened with your daggers, although the Apoc is hitting, it's not doing as much damage as these like big strikes from this big Apoc normally would. All right. Basil, you are up.
Okay.
Mrs. Q, you're on deck.
You're gonna see Sir Basil kind of reach for a sword. He's gonna, like in a kind of swift lunge forward, he's gonna grow in size, and he's just gonna try and, after seeing like this devil like snake thing just kind of like chomp down on this Apoc's face, it's gonna try and like swing to like sever these snakes from him.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead and make an attack.
Okay. That is a 18.
18, yep, that definitely hits as Big Basil is in the game.
And that is going to do, let's see how much damage. Roll a dice. Because it does an extra.
I just realized that.
Things you do not want to hear from a GM mid-combat.
That does
Started friend.
Yeah.
15.
How much? How
15.
much? 15. All right, as you go to take a strike, in your big form, you're still just using your blade, right?
Yes.
There's nothing that gets imbued into the blade or anything.
No. I'm just like, yeah, bigger.
So as Big Basil goes and takes a cleave towards this devil, it does hit. It takes a chunk out, just not as much as you're used to in Big Basil form. Mrs. Q, you are up. Cam, you're on deck.
Can you go back to the?
Yeah.
If Mrs. Q moves, would the flame guy get an opportunity attack? Is that how that works?
You can certainly try. He's
What?
right next to you within combat range, though.
Okay, so probably yes. Okay. Hang on.
I thought that one hit Elle.
I mean, you could try and do it, like you couldn't miss.
Are they all together?
They're all clustered together.
Okay.
Elle just has a very big name.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But I keep saying I'm gonna fix it. I never do.
Okay. Mrs. Q is gonna take the risk that this guy's gonna miss and
Roger.
move closer to the table.
Something like here.
As you do, this guy's gonna go ahead with his claws of flame and is going to take a swipe at you.
Okay,
How much can you
25.
do? I go there?
Okay, where's the jail? Give me the jail.
Jill's gone.
Bad dice. He misses as you go and you're just able to sneak away.
Fabulous. So Mrs. Q stands on one of the chairs by the
Right.
and casts Bane
Nice.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's a 30-foot range, so she's gonna hit flame guy number 3, and then devil B and devil A, I think would both be in range. Yeah. Actually, how far away is number 1?
So number 1 is going to be
20 feet.
like 25 feet away.
So why don't I just cast?
What about devil 2? Is that within the range too?
It's all in range.
I think so.
I think everybody's in range except for Petra.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Petra's 80 feet up.
Yeah. So
Hiding.
I can't do all of them.
Okay.
That's 5. I can't do 5. I can do a maximum of 4
Oh,
if I cast that.
we got the big guys.
Yeah.
bro.
So I'll do devil A, devil B.
The one that tried
number-
to singe you.
Yeah, the one that tried to binge me, and number 2 as well.
Okay, and what is the save?
It is a charisma save of 12.
All right, so Devil A fails and is baned. Can you put a black circle around them as I go?
For sure. Yeah. Devil A.
So
bang.
Devil A has failed and is baned. Devil B, you said?
Yeah.
Also fails.
Perfect.
Boom.
Hey.
Which one next? Number 3?
Number
one.
1 and number 2.
Okay, so number 1 succeeds. Oh, well, actually, hold on. No, that'll succeed. And number
2.
2, charisma, right? It's charisma.
Charisma 12.
Fails.
Bang.
So only 1
Ooh.
succeeded. Okay,
Ooh.
so I'll bring out my D4.
What's that do?
So they have to subtract a d4 from their attack rolls and saving throws.
Nice.
Because it's a concentration spell, am I like at a disadvantage? Like, can I don't know, I don't remember what the rules are around concentration spells.
Yeah, so with concentration spells, if you take damage, there's going to be a check to make sure you can maintain your concentration. And you can't have 2 concentration spells going. So if you cast another one that has that little black C,
Yeah.
then Bane is going to automatically drop.
Got it. Okay.
Because you can still do it.
All right, so that's your turn, Mrs. Q. That's pretty clutch.
Yeah.
Great turn.
Bane is huge.
Bane is
Mhm.
yeah, great. All right, Cam, you are up.
All right, so already on one knee, I'm gonna drop to the other knee and bring my hands together and start praying to somebody. And as I do, you'll see my eyes light up going green as I reach out with both hands towards Petra in the sky, and say,
Petra in the sky.
And as I reach out, you see basically trying to choke her in the air, casting a spell.
Okay, and she is 80 feet up. You have the range for this?
120, so it should
Okay,
reach.
yeah, no, you're good. All right, what do I have to do here?
That's a 22 to hit.
22 to hit?
Correct.
Yes, that absolutely hits.
Out of curiosity, Eric, was your prayer in common?
Yes. And that's for 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay.
2 necrotic damage.
2 necrotic. Oh, okay.
And
Let me take a look at something here.
and Petra cannot heal until my next turn.
Woo!
Okay, that's pretty great.
So let's all attack her now.
Hold on a second. I have to double check something here. I hate how I can't see this. Sorry, give me a moment.
No worry.
Purple is unable to heal.
It can't regain hit points, so healing or effects or anything.
Cool.
You can't just it's more than just healing spells.
Okay, so here is there's a lot going on there. As you go and you do this, Camembert, You can see the energy, the necrotic energy kind of pierce Petra, although it looks like some of it may have glanced off her. But it does seem like your spell takes hold. As she just kind of is like flying there, looking around. You also notice that as she is looking around and you say your little prayer, you seem to have caught her attention.
A little for you.
Next up is Ceridian, who is going to, now that she's face to face, both hands on her longsword, is going to take a, how many can she do? I think she can do three swings against the devil in front of her. One hits, that one hits. So 2 out of the 3 swings as she just goes to cleave through. That is going to be seven plus 8.
15.
15. Okay, great. As she cleaves through, you can see the vines on this sword almost like burst with each attack. And whereas your attacks seem to have not done as much damage as you thought, Ceridian's attacks land with all intended damage, as her sword seems to have a little bit extra going for it. Next up, Elle, as you are holding on to Emrys, you can kind of feel her just absolutely shaking beside you as she kind of whispers, "Not again, not again, not again. Talk to me, Earth, please help me." As she kind of closes her eyes, holds her hands together, and is going to yeah, she's going to do this. She's going to hold both hands out, and you see the rock itself, the earth that you're standing on, almost kind of crinkle towards Ajax, and a bit of spectral rock kind of shoots up in the form of a shield, kind of just hovering in front of her as Emrys casts Shield of Faith on Ajax, and she is now concentrating as well.
Nice.
So that's a +2 for Ajax. Petra is now up. Oh, come on, show me this. Oh, there we go. She's just kind of looking around from her perch up at the top, wings just kind of keeping her aloft. What does Petra want to do? Petra is going to you're all clustered there. Petra is going to look down at you, Basil. Tiny mouse who became Big Basil. And is going to, with her, actually, you know what? No, because Camembert is the one that hit her. And currently has her attention. She's going to kind of look down towards you, Camembert. And from your distance, you're 80 feet away, but you can almost see Petra's like silver eyes kind of sparkle just a little bit as she looks down at you. And she is going to just kind of point and be like, "See if this works." And is going to shoot a ray of fire towards you. Does a 15 hit?
It does not.
Are you distracted too? Apoc just yells up.
This is going to be good. As she goes to shoot her ray of fire towards you, you can see it coming. You can almost feel the heat, and you feel the palm print on your hand kind of pulse for a second as the ray sort of splits around you, almost just evaporating before it hits you. You can kind of see Petra before she just uses her the rest of her concentration to keep herself aloft. Elle, you're up. Apoc, you're on deck.
Looks like you're working hard to just fly up in those rafters. Why don't you come and say hi?
Oh, sweetheart, we've got lots of time.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so sexy.
Yeah, like what's happening? My goodness. Okay.
I can see that from here.
Elle is seeing Emrys in front of her and just again feeling her so scared and hears her say, "What? Not again." And Elle kind of in unison is gonna say, "Let no bad happen." She's gonna pull out her quarter staff and bonus action cast. Can't pronounce this. Shellef? Shellef?
Shillelagh? Yeah.
Shillelagh?
Shillelagh.
Yeah. And then take a hit at Fire Monster 1. But now my staff is magic.
Go for it.
Yeah. That's an 18 to hit.
18 to hit. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Fuck yeah. Okay. And I use
Watch me whip. Watch me shillelagh.
Shillelagh. And that's gonna be a 7 damage to this dude.
All right. As you go and take this strike, just bonking this flame on the head. Yeah, all of your damage goes through as intended. As you can see, Emrys let out a little squeak beside you, just of shock at what she's just witnessed. Anything else on your turn, Elle?
No, I'm gonna stay in the corner there, engaged with the little fire dude, because I think if I move, he's gonna try hitting me. So
You might
we'll
take
stay
a
there
little
for now.
Apoc,
Yeah,
you're
we're
up.
Another like repeat of the last round, just a quick shot at Devil A with Hunter's Mark.
Go for it.
Oh my god.
Guys.
Nope, next turn.
Oh, really? That's it?
It's another 12.
That's it, that's all?
I mean, that's all I'm doing.
All right.
If I don't hit, I do nothing.
As
That's God.
you're a little too busy trying to mess with Petra, who's not quite paying too much attention to you at this point in time. Devil A is up next. Seeing, all right, so he's got the brute. I think you're right next to him as well, Big Basil, right? So you took a swipe?
Well,
Or was your reach 10 feet?
no. Well, it's more like because I assume like Devil A was like chomping on this guy's face.
Mm-hmm.
So he Basil would have swung to try and like get him off his face. So yeah, sure.
But it was a melee strike, right? You had to be within 5 feet. Okay, that's kind of what I was asking. Yeah, he can't make more than one attack, I don't think. Oh no, man, oh man, I played this wrong last time. Okay. Darn it.
Uh-oh.
Read your stat blocks, people. Devil A, seeing that it now has kind of 2 adversaries really close by, is also going to hold out its arm and is going to summon that massive, sickly looking, like black glaive. Is the beard once more is going to try and take a chomp in front of him with his first attack towards the Apoc.
Minus D4.
Oh yeah, without the D4, that's correct.
Hey.
It's definitely not gonna hit. Yeah, it wouldn't hit anyways. As the little pink energy from Mrs. Q kind of holds it back, he's going to take the glaive that he summoned and is going to take one massive overhand swing towards you, Basil. That's a natural 20 there, friend.
Why didn't you try and pick on someone your own size?
Yeah.
As I cast silvery barbs.
I hate silvery barbs. Okay.
Yes.
Plus, so 21 minus 3 is 18. Does an 18 still hit you?
Yeah.
Okay, but it's not critical, so that's a thing. Okay, so that's going to be 7 slashing damage towards you, Basil.
Okay.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
That's not good.
That's 23.
23. Okay. You can feel as this blade strikes into you, you can almost feel like something trying to work its way into the wound that this blade has caused, but you can feel your body just rejecting it as you sort of shake it off and are good to go.
Okay, cool.
Devil B is now up, and he toe-to-toe with Ceridian is going to take both attacks towards her. That's a critical fail and a natural 20 all in one go. So the beard, as it goes with his first strike, is going to miss as she parries once more. She can do something else too.
Yeah. Take away your own nat 20.
But it's not enough.
No.
As Ceridian is able to parry the first one, she tries to parry the second one with her reaction, but is unable to as the glaive strikes right through her. She's going to take 7 con save that she makes. So kind of like you, Basil, you can almost see Apoc. You see both Basil and Ceridian kind of like reel from this, take a breath before they're able to stand back up and face off once more. All right. So where are we? This is a lot here. The little fire creatures are up next. So first, the one by you, Elle, and Emrys. Apoc. Give me a roll on a 1 to 3. Give me a d6 roll. 1 to 3, it hits Emrys. 1 to 3, it hits Emrys. 4 to 6, it hits Elle.
Oh, it's hitting Elle.
It's hitting Elle?
Yeah, I rolled a 6.
Woo!
1 second.
Operation Save Emrys.
Hey, I'm here for it.
This one actually hasn't used its breath weapon yet.
Too bad, I rolled a 6.
Ooh.
Well, you did roll 6.
I'm kidding. You
No, I
do,
did
you
say
do
what it
whatever
was-
you want.
I did say what it was going to do, so it's going to go ahead and rake with its claws. I already said that out loud, so that's what it's going to go ahead and do. But that definitely hits.
Ooh.
And that's going to be Elle. You can see with the claws of this creature as it goes and just rakes itself towards Emrys. You can see the nails pierce into Emrys's skin.
No, it hit Elle on a 6.
No, it hits me.
Ow!
Mhm.
22 to hit.
Oh, it hits.
Okay.
I'm squishy. It hits me.
You take 3 points of slashing damage,
Ooh.
and that's the wrong dice. And 2 points of fire damage as these claws sink into you. It'll use its breath weapon next time. The one by you, Apoc, that is Bane.
Ew.
Yeah, this one did not use its breath weapon. It can only get you in, which isn't great. Doesn't like that. You know what? It's just going to swing at you again and see if it can get away after that. So it's going to go ahead and swing towards you. It's going to miss, which sucks. The third one going toe-to-toe with Ajax. Does it want to move? Yeah. It's going to go ahead and it's going to fly. It's going to fly right over your head, Apoc. So 5, 10, 15.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot at it as it flies out of range.
Yeah, go ahead. It's
So-
going to sit right there.
Let's see if I can hit with disadvantage. Damn it, it's a nat 20 and a 16.
Why did you go with disadvantage?
Because it's a ranged attack in melee.
Oh, got it. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. What's the
16 to hit.
16 to hit? Oh, yeah, you definitely hit.
All right. That's without Hunter's Mark, so it's just. Bad. That's going to be 10 points of piercing damage.
10 points of piercing
Boom.
Damage?
Yeah. As it's, you see the arrow let loose and is augmented by the fleas.
Is your bow not enchanted?
Yeah, and it says,
With that
check out my
stupid
boar log.
Enchantment, which means it's magical. Okay.
Well, that doesn't mean it's magical. It just means it's enchanted.
Isn't that the same thing?
I mean, that's up to you, but it's not the arrow. It's not like a magical weapon, I don't think. I don't know.
And some magic weapons don't deal magical attacks either. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's magical.
That's
I wouldn't have
Unless-
given him a magical weapon for
Yeah.
sure.
all right. As you go and let it loose, it does hit as this creature number two is able to fly away from you to kind of get a little closer to the devil is trying to help.
You mean it's still alive?
It's still alive.
Oh man.
And number three, close to Ajax, is going to go ahead and take his attack and is going to miss and is unable to use his breath weapon because it did not recharge.
Hmm.
All right. Ajax is next, taking his two attacks.
Oh, you know what?
Two attacks.
Sorry, I think I have to take off 3 points of damage from mine because I think I can only use the swarm on my turn.
No problem.
Yeah.
Shield up, the shield from Emrys kind of hovering in front of him, pretty beefed up, which is kind of cool, is going to take his hand axe and is going to swing twice more towards this creature in front of him. And yeah, both of them hitting. And as he does, just slashing into this creature, you can see on the final slash as he brings it down, the creature essentially gets cut in half, this living flame that before it hits the floor begins to coalesce in and on itself, starting to twist and warp into a molten core before it explodes, showering Ajax in this like wreath of fire as he attempts to jump out of the way and is able to do so, but gets a little bit singed as you see like some of the ornamental like fabrics on his armor just get a little bit singed in the process as this creature
Hey,
is
Pop.
dead, but seems to have died with vigor. Basil, you are up. Mrs. Q, you're on deck.
Okay. Big Basil's just gonna try and just like stab Devil A.
Go for it.
Terrible. That's not gonna hit. But do I want to use it now?
Well, what? They don't have a great armor class. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 7.
Is that okay? Yeah, no, that'll work.
I'm gonna use action surge and we'll roll again.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right.
Oh my gosh, I rolled a 7 again.
Is there anything you can add to it?
Guidance.
Like it's
I
7
I don't think I can.
7 total, yeah.
7 total.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
The wound in your shoulder, you haven't felt anything like that before. It's freaking you out just a little bit. All right.
To end my turn, Sir Basil, in frustration, is just gonna like yell in Devil A's face, casting help. And I'll give advantage to Cam.
I already have advantage.
Oh yeah, I was just about to ask if you did or not. Okay.
I'll give it to Apoc.
Yeah. He just looks over at you. He's like, yeah, fuck yeah, buddy.
Mrs. Q, you are up.
Mrs. Q, seeing that, does Devil A react to Basil screaming in his face?
You can see the snakes on the beard just kind of look over at Basil and all of their mouths open to kind of like scream back.
As I don't know how feasible this is, but this is how it's playing out in my head.
Okay.
Basil is like screaming in the face of Devil A. Mrs. Q steps down off of her chair, walks over to behind Devil A and whacks him in the back of the head with her frying pan.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack at Devil A. Oh, saves for Bane next round.
Now Mrs. Q is screaming.
Bane.
I think Bane, you make saves each time.
Both rolled terribly.
Yeah, it was crap. It was a 6.
It was a 6. Not gonna work, unfortunately.
Who's going right?
Well, I thought you were gonna like do some healing thing.
Use my frying pan.
Okay, I didn't realize you were gonna use your frying pan.
Well, it did nothing.
Unfortunately, it does not hit Mrs. Q as you go over and try and whap. This guy is like big. He towers over all of you, and he's very, very not nice to look at.
I don't have any useful bonus actions.
Camembert, you are up.
Okay, so I'm picturing this like as Mrs. Q is running across. I'm standing up and almost like tunnel vision, like things are flying around, swords are swinging, fire is exploding behind me. With the eyes glowing green, I just kind of at a low voice and start walking towards Petra. And with each step, I'm saying tick, tick, tick.
Oh no.
As I reach up again and just say he's waiting, and I'm going to attack again.
Okay.
The same spell as last time.
Okay.
Nice.
Curious.
That's an 11. I'm going to use my inspiration to try and...
Don't you have advantage on this?
That's with advantage.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Happening.
Dang.
We're all going dice shop.
That's an 18.
An 18. As you go and try and get your spell to take hold once more, you can see Petra kind of looking down at you. Works both ways, my dear.
Tick, tick, tick. That's my turn.
All right.
So ominous.
Brenna, Ceridian. Yeah, again, toe to toe, she's kind of keeping an eye, like shouting commands at Ajax every so often, trying to keep an eye on all of you in this absolute haze, isn't even really aware of where Petra is or what has happened to her. Is going to go ahead and take all 3 of her attacks once more into the devil in front of her. I think that's cocked. That one doesn't hit. With once more, 2 out of the 3 hitting, 2 massive slashes with this long sword. Ooh, that's good. 9. That's a lot. Into Devil B as you see it kind of like just start writhing. You can see deep gashes from where Brenna's sword has just slashed through the chest and musculature of this devil as he just sort of screams out in pain once more. And that is going to end her turn. Emrys, next to you, is going to just kind of look back and forth between the little Elle with her shillelagh and the little fire creature in front, and is going to
Run, Emrys, run!
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah, I do, because well, more so Steph would say that because I think she knows what's going to hit us next, but Elle wouldn't know that, so she's not going to say anything.
So looking at you, what little Emrys is going to do is take out her own little quarterstaff and is going to try and whap him.
Ah!
That's really good. And is going to actually, with both hands, going to kind of come down on this thing. Oh my gosh. Your NPCs are rolling better than you guys.
Come on, Emmy.
This was number 1.
Mm-hmm.
As you see Emrys just like 2 hands overhead, copying your movements and just whap him. This it's almost comical, and like you can see a goose egg forming on this fire creature almost instantly as it kind of shakes his head and just glares at Emrys. As that ends her turn. Petra is up next. What is Petra gonna do? Petra is going to kind of, enchanted by you, Camembert, is going to kind of just like fly a little bit lower, about 20 feet lower. And it's just going to sort of look at you, and you can kind of see her sort of reaching out. And you hear in your head, "Grovel, my dear. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw."
That was 3.
No, she's using command.
You'd say grovel?
Grovel.
That's an 18.
That's an 18.
Take that.
You can feel the effect starting to take over your mind before you just kind of shake it off. You blink your eyes a couple times as you see Petra's face, just a little too close, too close for comfort, before she kind of just like strokes her chin, gives you one more wink, and flies back up away.
I'm sorry, I already have a master.
Petra's just gonna smile at this.
Too much pent up tension in these.
Yeah,
Give
what's going
me
on?
a perception check, Camembert. Give it to me at disadvantage because you are quite far.
9.
Petra flies away. Elle, you're up. Apoc on deck.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I think we're again. Elle's gonna raise her enchanted quarterstaff and take another whack at Fire Monster 1 here.
Go for it.
Kill him.
Yeah, just screaming. "Ah!" 'Cause this is what happens when you give kids weapons.
Give kids.
Oh, that's a that's a dirty 20 to hit.
Oh yeah, definitely hits.
So that 11 damage because I get to add my spell attack because I'm enchanted.
Nice.
11, yeah. Noise.
As you take one more kind of baseball swing, you can feel the fire of this crumple beneath your shillelagh, Elle. And as you do, the fire within this creature bursts, encompassing an area around you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Fuck! Okay,
Oh, it's dead.
that is good, but now we know that this is what happens. Dex? Save?
A dexterity saving throw.
Oh, balls.
Oh, balls.
Ooh. That's 10.
That's a 10?
That's a 10. Actually, wait. Yeah, that's a 10.
That's a 10? All right.
Yeah, there's something I could do, but I don't think I'm going to do it. Yeah, that's a 10.
Okay, as this thing explodes, that was a really good roll. As this thing explodes, engulfing both you and Emrys in fire, you take 10 points of fire damage. As you can see, Emrys kind of getting completely singed as well.
Oof.
At least they're safe up there now.
Mhm.
You see Emrys getting completely singed as well, but she's able to kind of hold out her hand towards Ajax and maintain concentration on her shield. Apoc, you are up.
Apoc just looks over at Cam. He's like, "Who are you? Where's my friend?"
Oh,
And then he just looks back at the devil and is like, okay, deep breath. My friend isn't a demon. Girls don't like me. And he lets loose another shot.
Oh my god.
Flashbacks to high school all over again.
I'm getting self-esteem issues.
Oh no.
With advantage, remember.
Have advantage, yeah, don't forget.
Yeah, that's cocked. Okay, does a 17 hit?
Where do you towards
The devil.
the devil?
The devil
Yes.
that's marked.
Yes, your
Finally.
your breath has steadied you enough that you finally hit this guy.
Using his full force behind the bow. Oh, that's not bad. That's still the same. That's gonna be 19 points of piercing damage.
Is any of that magical from your fleece?
Let me check the fleas. No, it's just piercing.
Just piercing? All
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Finally landing one, you can see like you just get it past Mrs. Q's shoulder as it lands into the shoulder of this devil, and you can see him look over at you as he kind of hisses before looking back to face what's in front of him. It is now the devil's turn.
Wait. Is
Did
there any food on the table?
Is there any food on the table?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mrs. Q is making like pancakes or something.
All right, bonus action. I'm gonna eat a pancake.
Yes, you can eat a pancake.
Pancakes?
He's gonna eat a pancake.
I get 6 seconds.
All right, as Apoc shovels a pancake into his mouth.
He's a nervous eater.
Devil A. Devil A is now surrounded by all of you, which isn't fun for Devil A. So what can Devil A do?
He's got a snake beard. What can't he do?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I forgot about that.
Is this guy doing anything?
No, Andrew keeps forgetting about his
I
stats.
keep forgetting. There's so much going on.
You're doing great, Andrea.
You wanted me to forget.
Also, who changed Petra's name?
Well, that was a while
That
ago.
was a while ago.
I just noticed.
All right, Devil A is going to. Okay, he needs to get one of you guys down. What's he gonna do? He knows he hit you, Basil, so Devil A is just going to turn his full attention to you and is going to try and get Big Basil off of him. So with the snakes on the beard now completely focused on you, he's going to go ahead and take his attack with his beard with Bane. So that is going to be, it's going to hit Dirty 20 to hit you.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to be, you take 5 piercing damage, and I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Jeez, Louise. I gotta stop using this dice. That's a 6.
The 6.
Yeah.
You can feel as the snakes bite into you, the venom from their fangs just starts sinking into your bloodstream, and you are poisoned.
Oh no.
While you're poisoned in this way, you cannot regain hit points. And at the end of each of your turns, you can repeat this saving throw. So I'm going to write that down as well.
Wait, so did I take any additional damage?
No, you took the whatever the piercing damage was.
Yeah.
And you now have the condition of poison, which I believe means that your poisoned is all of your attack rolls and ability checks have disadvantage.
Sucks.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So Basil is poisoned for a minute. And seeing that attack has landed, he's going to take his glaive and he's going to try and just shove it straight through your chest. That's a 21 to hit.
Try and pick on someone your own size.
Oh my god. I hate the spell. Yeah, that's thanks to the silvery barbs from Cam, you can see the glaive that would have hit you just kind of glance off your shoulder, Basil, as you're just sort of reeling from the poison. So you have that advantage. Again, Camembert. Devil B once more is going to do the same thing to Ceridian. And I don't, is he banged as well?
Yeah.
That's not gonna hit. So the beard kind of glances off her armor. And once more the glaive does as well. You guys are doing nothing. They're driving me nuts.
Now, can they do anything else?
What? No, they can't do anything else. As the battle is raging on the other side of the room, this guy's gone. This flame creature is gone. It's now the flame creature's turn. Creature number 2. Creature number 2 is going to fly right here. Is going to take in a deep breath and is going to spew fire at Apoc, at Camembert, and at Mrs. Q.
Whoa.
Oh no.
I think I have that right. 15 foot, 15 foot cone. I think you probably only get 2. He goes there, 5. Yeah, he's only going to be able to get 2 of you. So what he's going to do, he's going to focus it towards Apoc and Camembert. That's kind of you can see who's bothering Petra, and he's going to try and fix that. So I need you both to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's good. That saves.
15.
23.
15. You're both are able, as this thing is indecisive, you're able to kind of see that indecision and jump out of the way in time, taking 3 fire damage each. The third guy.
Hunter's Mark drops.
Oh, Hunter's Mark drops.
That's a nat 1 on a con save.
That sucks.
Yeah.
The third creature. What's he gonna do?
Didn't he blow up and explode in Ajax's face?
Number 3, I think so.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did. Yeah, my apologies. 3 is gone.
Andrea dropping more of these.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm panicking here.
We got so much to focus on our side then.
Like so many little things going on here. Okay. Yeah, so it's only that guy left. That's on me. Ajax is up as he kind of like is looking around, looking at the battle going on with Devil A and Ceridian battling Devil B. He's gonna kind of shout out and be like, "To the general!" and is going to sprint, right? And is going to take his 3 attacks at this guy.
Attacks.
Hits. That one hits. All 3 hitting.
NPC.
Guys, your NPCs are saving your butts. 16. All right. As he takes these 3 heavy cleaves towards this guy, as he's just kind of trying to take a chunk out of this devil. He does. He does.
He does.
He does. That guy was lower than I thought. Even though the axes don't do as much damage as Ajax is used to seeing, the devil falls under his axes as he takes like 3 heavy cleaves towards him.
There we go.
Puts an arm on Ceridian and just takes a bit of a breath. Basil, you are up. Mrs. Q, you're on deck.
So Basil, just still frustrated, is just going to try and swing wild at this Devil A.
All right, at disadvantage as you feel the poison burst through your head.
14. and I'm pretty sure that doesn't hit, right?
14 at Devil A.
Yeah.
You just hit.
Woo!
Oh,
Okay. And that's gonna be for 11 damage.
11 damage. All right. You can see slowly just starting to chip away, but as he's kind of shaking them off as you go, managing to stay on his feet.
Basil is seeing that is just gonna like yell out in frustration, casting help again to Mrs. Q.
cool. Mrs. Q, seeing that, okay. What did you say happens when someone is poisoned? They can't regain hit points?
So when Basil is poisoned in this way, he has disadvantage on all of his attack rolls and ability checks for 1 minute. Speaking of Basil, make a con save to see if you can just shake it off.
Sure. This is just a normal roll, right? It's not with the disadvantage or anything like that?
Nope, it's just a straight roll.
That is a 12, sorry.
A 12.
Mhm.
You can still feel the poison as it pulses through your veins, kind of clouding your eyes, just almost like sweat that's getting in the way, impeding your ability to see.
Okay.
And yes, Basil cannot regain hit points while poisoned in this way, since he's unable to shake it off.
Can he gain temporary hit points? Does that count as gaining hit points, regaining hit points?
I don't know. Eric?
What's the question? So temporary hit points?
If the poison condition, the target can't regain hit points, could he gain temporary hit points?
There's still hit points.
Yeah, I was saying
Okay.
no.
Okay.
So
Works.
assuming Mrs. Q saw that he was poisoned, having been standing right there, she knows that her spell is not going to work on Basil. So she casts aid on 3 creatures within range, which is
Who else has
30
been hit?
feet. Cam and Apoc have both been hit, I think.
Yeah.
And,
Forgot I got hit.
Forgot I got hit.
Ajax too. Elle is out of range, so I can't take her.
Ajax and Ceridian have both been hit. Yes.
Okay, so I will. Okay, so Ajax, Cam, and Apoc, you all gain 5.
Increases our hit point maximum.
Yep, and current hit points increases by 5
Ooh.
Very nice.
for 8 hours.
Boom.
Oops.
All right.
Sorry, honey.
Mrs. Q gives a little bit of help to her companions. Camembert, you are up.
As I focus in again, looking up at Petra, it's like we might not be able to beat you, but I can at least let my master know where you are as I cast the chill touch again.
Right? Go for it.
14.
14. Once more, you can see this the spell not quite land.
That's okay.
As
Just pinging you.
whatever you're doing, stop it. Oh, she's saucy Petra now. Okay.
She was always saucy Petra.
Oh, I thought you wrote in sexy Petra.
No.
Oh.
No,
I couldn't see.
Like how you saw it the first time, and then 5 minutes later.
I know. All right, that ends Cam's turn. Brenna. Ceridian is going to kind of hang on to kind of return Ajax's grab, just like, I'm good, let's finish this, and is going to once more leap towards the creature in the middle as she takes 2 swings with her sword. 3 swings with her longsword.
It's gonna explode.
The first one missing as she's like, what? The second one hits. Third one hits. 1, 8. Oh yeah. As she swings towards this creature. Oh yeah. Slicing it in half. It's going to explode once more. And what's the... It's going to explode once more, only affecting her. So Brenna is going to need to try and dive out of the way, which she does not quite make. She hasn't really seen the other ones get defeated as she's been in combat on the other side of the room, as she is singed by the death of this thing. The warning could have come earlier.
You saw 2 already in this room.
This guy is now defeated. What else is going on here? Emrys beside you, Elle, is just kind of like, at this point, kind of clinging to you and just kind of looking with very wide eyes. Almost there, almost there. The earth knows what's going on. It's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. And she's going to stay clinging to you. And she's going to keep her concentration on Shield of Faith with Ajax. Since he's still within her range and she's looking a little on the singed side. She's not looking great. Oh wait.
Oh, we're both not looking great.
You're not looking great?
We're both not looking great.
Okay. I'm going to retcon that, seeing that you're not doing so well. Clinging to you, she's going to kind of reach down to the earth, keep a hand on you, and is going to cure wounds you.
Oh.
For, that's not much, 4 hit points.
Hey, I'll take it.
I didn't realize you were not looking great as well. But otherwise, she's going to definitely kind of like stay behind you. It is now Petra's go. What is Petra?
Are you done hiding up there?
Hiding.
You didn't even give me a dance.
Just observing, if one can say. And I think I've been fighting this with a little less than I expected. So how about we make it a little more interesting? As she points towards Ajax. Ajax, we're going to need someone to blame for the death of the general. You can see Ajax kind of go slack-jawed just a little as he kind of meets Petra's eye. He rolled extremely well, which is insane. He's able to kind of just grab his head and shake it off. Well, actually, he's only got one arm. So grab his head and shake it off as you can see like Petra trying to almost penetrate Ajax's mind. She kind of flips her hair in annoyance. Fine. And as she sort of swings her arm once more, you start to hear out of the fire on the left side of the room skittering and skittering and skittering as you see the flames that were once dancing begin to coalesce and more of those creatures just start pouring out of the fire.
Damn it.
As you see instead of just candelabras, you see like the writhing flames of this fireplace just start to come alive as they start pouring out in troves.
What?
Okay,
Fuck.
that's bad.
So it starts.
That's not good.
And Petra is going to fly her 30 feet, still clinging to the ceiling. Oops. Oops, come on now. Oh, wait. Why is she so big?
I just made her a little bit bigger so we could read.
Oh,
There you go.
Where's she gonna go? Oh, she's small again. She was right here.
it's Saucy now.
She's going to travel. She's going to travel backwards. Just to give a little bit of distance. 5, 10. There, yeah, there we go. Enjoy. As she sort of just stays kind of sheltered.
Oh my lord.
Did anyone need a stretch break? Did you want to just power through? All right, hearing none, we'll power through. Elle, Apoc, you're on deck.
Ooh, okay. Elle's gonna take Emerson's hand and say, "It's gonna be done soon, but we have to help." So she's gonna move a little. Or do I even have to move to do this? 120 feet? Nah, I think. She's gonna move out a little bit and kind of bring Emerus with her. And Elle's gonna cast Moonbeam right in the middle of all these flamey fuckers.
Yeah.
So
Gotta.
Go for it.
I gotta, like, there's too many of them. And the bad part is they're all gonna explode at some point. So yeah, so pretty much right in the middle, like hitting like 5.
Yeah, here, use this to symbolize your moonbeam here, Elle. We'll turn it blue.
What? Oh, what did I? Oh, I touched something else. Oh shit! What did I do? Oh wait, never mind. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put it like right in the middle of these fuckers right here.
All right, so you can hit 2 of them.
It's
Three?
a 5 foot. It's a 5 foot radius.
10-foot
So
diameter.
it's 10-foot diameter. So
Sure.
I think if you put it, like right there, you could get 3.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah.
You get 3 of them.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Okay.
Oh, we have to roll this. Okay. Anything that. So any creature that starts their turn or enters the area has to make a Constitution saving throw. A con save of 12.
Okay, it's at the top of their turn.
wait, is this double death?
Is Devil A gone?
Yes, both devils are gone.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess it would be at the start of at the top of their turn, they would make that throw.
That's good. It means Ajax might be able to move out of the way.
Okay, at the top
Yeah,
of their
that's what I'm also kind of hoping. It's like, I was gonna cast this and be like,
Ajax.
Mr. Birdman, you gotta get out of there.
All right. Okay, great. Excellent. Apoc, you're up.
Seeing the beautiful moonbeam come down, Apoc is gonna run. What is it? 5, 10, 15, 20. Getting on the far side of the room so he can take a shot at what I'm gonna start calling fire number 9. So that's gonna be, oh, that hits. It's a 23.
Okay, go for it.
So I'm not gonna roll the extra flea piercing damage. Actually, there's no hunter's mark either. So it's gonna be 8 points of piercing damage that it takes,
Okay.
but it's also gonna need to make a strength save.
Strength save.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a 16.
Oh yeah, that saves. So it doesn't get pushed.
You should probably fly backwards.
It's silvery barbs. I rolled the same thing, 2 17s.
No worries, I still get advantage.
Yeah.
It's such a good spell.
The last one.
And then can I just grab onto this candelabra down here as well and just lift it up?
Yeah, sure. You lift up the candelabra.
And just shake it furiously, make sure there's no flames on it.
You want to try and put the flames out?
I just want to shake it, yeah, as like a, I don't know, bonus action or something. I don't know if this will take a.
Make a strength check.
11 plus. No, just 11.
Okay, you shake it, and the candles go flying.
Okay, that's good. They're not fake.
We'll say, yeah, one of them hits the wall behind you and goes out. The other 2 are still lit and are kind of rolling along the floor.
Okay.
Like towards the table.
Okay.
All right. The devils are dead. Okay, it is now the little fire creature's turn.
Damn.
So
Roll those con saves.
yeah, what we're gonna do, we're gonna do the 3 within Moonbeam first, and then we'll go to everybody's turn at once. Okay, so I gotta rename these here, yo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So devil 2, 4, and 5. So devil number 2. What's your thing?
12.
12 for con. Yeah, he is able to resist the moonbeam.
Okay. Well, he'll still take half damage.
Okay, so devil 2 resists, devil 4 resists, devil 5, 10 con. Devil 5 fails.
Woo!
Go ahead and roll your damage.
18. So 5 takes 18. The other 2 take 9.
Okay, 5 takes 18. The other 2 take 9. What kind of, is it radiant?
Yeah.
Okay. 9 damage. 18. Okay, so they've taken it. You can see that it is very quickly eroding through them, but they are all still standing. And what they're going to do is they are going to okay, this is going to be great. They are going to number 1 is going to fly.
Oh, they can fly.
10, 15 is going to fly kind of beside Ceridian. Yeah, it's gonna go one more, and he's gonna get eyes on you, Basil, with your massive long sword out in front of you.
Mm.
He's gonna kind of scream in your direction, and you can feel the hilt of your long sword start to heat up and heat up and heat up in the palm of your hands until it turns scalding.
Hate that spell.
Love that spell.
Yeah.
Best spell in the game.
All right. So as it starts to scald the palm of your hand, you take 9 points of fire damage.
Ooh.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. So 9 points of damage, you said?
9 points of fire damage. And I need you to make a con save.
That's a 24.
Ooh, okay.
Very nice.
Okay. So you can feel it scalding in your hands as you go, and you're just trying to push through the pain and cling on, but it is hurting you as you hold on to the hilt of your sword, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn.
Which I already have.
You already do, so but you're able to hang on to your weapon.
You're gonna see just as a visual for people what like as the sword's heating up, it's almost gonna look like as if like Sir Basil's arms are heating up, as if like he's absorbing the heat in some way. He still takes the damage, but it's like as if like if it's like glowing red, his arms start glowing red.
Yikes. Okay. That's
Damn.
terrifying
Oh, I love that.
and not fun. Number 3 is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, and is going to hover about 10 feet up off the ground. So kind of mirroring number 1, and is going to see you, Mrs. Q, holding your frying pan.
Yep.
And you also feel it start to heat up and heat up and heat up on the palm of your hand. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
13.
13.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you take 4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, you take 4 points of fire damage. You are able to, like Basil, kind of push through the pain and hang on to your frying pan, but you now have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
I like to think that because Mrs. Q has spent a good portion of her old adult life cooking, that she's like grown calluses and she has
Perfect.
control of her.
Excellent. All right, so that's those 2. All right, number 2, number 4, or sorry, number 5, number 4. How smart are these creatures?
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh, dang.
Boy.
They're not super.
Oh, no.
They're not super smart, but they're smart enough that this is hurting them. And they have eyes, so they can see where they can go where it won't hurt them. So he's going to try and move out of here as well. He's going to fly up and over Ajax, kind of land on a diagonal. And all 3 are going to... No, you know what he's going to do? He's going to do this. He's going to 5, 10, 15, 20, plus up and down. 4 and 5 are going to go ahead and rip their claws into Ajax. No way that hits. Number 2 is going to unhinge its jaw and spew fire at both Ceridian and at Ajax.
Oh.
That was number 2.
Whatever one that is. Yeah, number 2, the one right in front of Ceridian.
Oh man.
That's going to hurt.
So
Can
Ceridian.
they only spew fire once?
That we know of.
Or this is more that we know of, okay.
Like they need to like recharge it or something.
Yeah.
So neither of them are able to save. As you see them get singed. See them take a little bit of damage. Not too bad. They're doing okay.
Does it hit 4 and 5 as well?
It does, but it seems to just kind of like breeze past
Damn it.
the creatures made of flame. I think there's one more going on here, right? Number 6. Number 6 is going to, what do you want to do? Number 6 is going to fly above the fireplace. And I think the only one who can see this is Ceridian, as the handle of Ajax's axe is also going to start heating up and heating up. Oh, I rolled really well for Ajax, yikes.
So if it flew above the fireplace, did it cross into the moonbeam?
No, they're not smart creatures, but they can tell what's going to hurt them.
Okay.
They're kind of going on instinct here.
I'm just curious because I thought the moonbeam was right on top of the fireplace as they like came out.
Oh, well, I guess I should leave it. Yeah, did you encompass the whole front of the fireplace, Elle? Because
That's a good question. I hadn't really thought about it. She was more just focusing on where's the most of these people combined into one. Yeah, I guess right now the moonbeam would essentially be blocking the fireplace.
okay, that's really good to know.
Just because the picture isn't really vertical.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's encompassing the whole mantle.
It
which is
only
totally
goes
fine.
40 feet up. So depending on how big this fireplace is, but
Yeah, you can.
40 feet.
It encompasses like halfway
40
up
feet
the
high.
wall, for example.
okay.
It's not going to affect this turn because this creature's not going to fly in, but that's good to know. Good to know for the future. The creature's not going to fly in though. But you can see as Ajax was kind of preparing to defend himself from two sides, the metal on the handle of his axe is so hot that he just kind of throws it and drops his axe. And you can see like the blistered palm of his one good hand. That is all of their turns. That was a long turn. It is now Ajax's turn. Oh, I gotta flip through all of y'all. Okay. It's now Ajax's turn, who's kind of just like reeling from the heat metal. Yeah, that drops it. He's just sort of reeling and he's kind of like surrounded, looking around, singed. He's gonna, nobody can see this. Apoc, you can see this.
Yeah.
You see him kind of like turn around into a sprinter's stance, almost click the heels of his boots together. And almost in a blur, he's gonna book it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Kind of just on the other side of Ceridian as he kind of moves in a little bit of a blur just to sort of get his bearings once more as he tries to gingerly pick up his hand axe. The other hand axe he has on his wrist. And he is, where are you? Jeez Louise. He's going to kind of like take a deep breath, and you can see him just sort of steady himself as he's going to try and regain some hit points here. Next up is Sir Basil. Mrs. Q, you're on deck.
Sorry, it's Sir Basil right now.
Sir Basil, you are up.
Okay. Oh boy, what am I gonna do? Okay, Sir Basil, frustrated that this Apoc has done nothing, is gonna shove him out of the way. And he's gonna
Totally forgot about him.
He's gonna stab his sword into the table, pull out his longbow, and try and take a shot at Petra.
Try and take a shot at Petra. Go for it at disadvantage.
Yep. Okay.
Do it, buddy.
Come on. That's probably not gonna hit. That was a 7.
A 7 goes wide. As Petra is a little bit hard to hit this far away, up in the corner.
In that case, okay, that's fine. But I'll say Basil yells out to the group, shoot the fiend down, and gives advantage to. Do you want it?
It's okay. You don't have to give it.
I'll give it to.
Who are you giving it to? Sorry.
Apoc.
Apoc? Okay, great.
Yeah, and for people who can see Sir Basil, his arms are still like glowing red.
Terrifying.
Like Popeye arms.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can see like Petra kind of just like shaking the arrow that she caught that you had sent up to her, as she's almost mocking you from the ground. Mrs. Q, you are up.
Mrs. Q, seeing that all of the enemies that she baned are gone and now there's a bunch more, has decided to change tactics somewhat, and instead of baning, she's going to bless for worthy folks. So who are within range? So 30 feet, which is Cam, Basil, Elle.
Oh, do I need to do a con save?
Yes, sorry, do your con save. I forgot about that. My apologies.
And Apoc is too far away.
That's a 19.
That's a 19. You're able to kind of, after a couple rounds of just not used to the poison in your blood, force it out of your mind as your head clears once more, and you're able to focus again. You're no longer poisoned.
Boom. Am I still the other thing though? Because there are two things that help me.
Like from your sword?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got, yeah.
You let go of your sword, right?
You
yeah.
stabbed
Yeah,
it
yeah.
into
I
the-
stabbed it into the table. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you're not holding your sword anymore, so you are not currently affected by that.
Okay, perfect. Cool.
Okay. So Cam, Basil, Elle, and Ceridian have all been blessed. So whenever you make an attack roll or saving throw, you can roll a d4 and add it to the number you rolled.
Boom.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you're marking that. Thank you,
Yeah.
Sean. I'm marking
So many
guys that did.
There's so many bits.
What's the guy that did?
Blessed.
Okay, bless. Great. Okay, so that is Mrs. Q's go. Camembert, you are up.
All right, still tunnel vision. I'm going to reach out and start praying to this individual. Like, you told me to ask, or you asked me to send you people that I thought were worthy. This one needs a little bit convincing. If you could help out, that'd be great, as I'm going to try and attack once more into this creature.
Go for it.
That's a nat 20.
Bam.
All right.
With bless, that'll be a 26.
Yeah, that hits.
Nice.
And in terms of damage, that is 10 necrotic damage, and they can't regain hit points till my next turn.
Purple goes on. Sexy saucy Petra.
Sexy, saucy Petra.
Sexy saucy Petra, he's coming.
She's you caught her attention again as you kind of just like look, as she looks down at you. You can see the necrotic energy taking hold, but not doing as much damage as you expect it to. As she kind of is just like piercing you with those silver eyes, dropping the arrow that she has from Basil, and you can see Petra smile as you say that. All right. Ceridian is up, as she is going to, what can Ceridian do? I don't think she can do anything super interesting. Ceridian is just going to try and. We have to clear them out. We have to clear them out now. As she, with her longsword, is going to just strike into number 2 3 times.
Remember, they explode.
That's a critical on number 2. Yeah, 2 out of the 3 hit, one of which is a critical. How's number 2 looking? I think this is probably gonna finish it. It doesn't matter. We can't kill them any other way. As she just stabs through it, the creature itself starts to morph and explode in a single hit from her.
Jesus.
That's hardcore.
Yeah, she's no joke. Basil, you are also within 5 feet.
Yep.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as this thing explodes.
It's just on the D4 is only for attacks?
Oh, attacks and saves if you're blessed. So add a D4 to this.
Okay. So a 16?
16. Both you and Ceridian, because you're knowledgeable about this now, are able to leap out of the way, but you still do take 5 points of fire damage.
How come you don't have your temporary hit points in?
I never got the temporary.
Oh yeah,
Right.
sorry.
So this guy,
I'm not poison anymore though, so
Yes.
I can get it back.
Give a minute.
and then with her, yeah, that was 1 attack. So her second attack, she's going to hit straight into 1. Yeah, it does not do as much. And that is going to be her turn. Okay, next. What are we doing here? Next is Emrys, little Emrys, who is still just clinging to you, Elle.
We're both kind of clinging to each other at this point.
Yeah. She's not having a good day, little girl. She kind of looks up and she can see, who can she see that's hurt? Oh, but this is a touch. She kind of peeks around, so she's going to come around you, Elle, and she is going to see, she's going to see that Big Basil is not doing super great. And she's going to just, okay. Change of target, Earth. And she's going to put her hand once more onto the ground and is going, you see that like spectral stone shield in front of Ajax move over towards Basil. As Basil, you have an additional +2 to your AC.
Cool.
Very nice.
It's Petra's go. Petra.
Read that piece of paper.
Did you skip me?
That's important.
Oh, did I skip you?
Thought I was before Petra. I could be wrong.
No.
No? Okay.
Emrys, Petra, Elle, and you.
Okay.
Did I skip you last time?
Mhm.
Oh no, because you shook the
No,
candles. You're
yeah,
good.
it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Oh,
Remind me if I'm missing
shake
somebody,
my
guys. I'm sorry.
This has been a while.
I totally forgot about our bandit friend over here, so he's just like no longer in the picture.
Wait, what?
He just
We lost a guy?
He hasn't fought for a very long time. You're doing fine. He'll just take up space.
You blasted out the window.
I'll throw him back in the order. I totally forgot about him.
I thought that's who Brenna was. Who's Brenna?
Brenna's Ceridian.
Ceridian, right in the middle.
Oh, okay.
I'll
okay.
throw this. Well, he hasn't.
I was like, that's why my initiative write-up is different, because I have Ceridian and Brenna as two different people.
Oh yeah, no, sorry.
No, we're good.
Petra is going to. Oh, okay. I think she's gonna do this. Yeah, she's gonna attempt to do this. She's going to, kind of keeping her eyes on you, Camembert, she's going to fly down on a diagonal. Wait, she doesn't even have to do that. That's a really far range.
Damn it. Come down.
She's gonna stay. She's gonna stay at her perch.
You hide over there.
She's going to look up and see the cluster of Basil, Ceridian, Ajax, and Mrs. Q all in one spot. She's going to hold out her hand towards it.
No.
And you start to see both Apoc and Cam as she kind of looks at you both. Watch this. The ground underneath Ceridian, Ajax, Basil, and Mrs. Q starts to churn and roil and crack and break as it just starts to erupt underneath their feet.
Ooh.
I am going to need everybody I named.
Counterspell.
You have counterspell? Okay.
I wish.
I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw who I named. So Basil, Mrs. Q for sure.
What about half of them are standing on a table above the ground?
Yeah.
It does not matter.
Do I have disadvantage on saving throws because of something?
No. No, it was only disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls because you were holding onto your frying pan still.
Right.
Not saving throws.
Okay. You said dex?
A dex save. Ooh, I don't think Ajax makes it.
Bugger.
Yeah. I roll a 7.
Nobody makes it. As the earth erupts around you. 12s. It's not great, guys. It's not great. As the earth erupts around you, Mrs. Q, Basil, Ajax, and Ceridian, you all take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
You see,
As you just get like trashed by the stones moving and falling and crushing.
Sir Basil just falls limp on the ground.
Basil is down. I think there's another thing that happens here. Hold on. The ground underneath you is now difficult terrain. So all of your movement is halved.
Oh man.
How
This whole space is just rubble under your feet.
can we mark the
Sean, are you doing that?
I'm trying to. It's not dark enough.
I know it's
You can change the color.
There you go. I got a circle.
okay, so Sean's gonna do that. Right, and you are all kind of unsteady on your feet with Sir Basil lying limp on the ground. You can see Petra kind of looking at both you, Camembert, and Apoc. I would like both of you to give me perception checks as you're kind of like glancing from Petra to the area that she just erupted.
7.
Are we technically still in the mountains, or is this a different terrain?
You're still in the mountains.
Okay, because I have double proficiency bonus.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
That's a nat 1.
Oh my god. Of course.
So it is a 7 total, but
7 for me as well.
Oh no.
So we don't see anything going on over there? Everything looks cool?
No, you're in a little bit of shock as you see Petra's like the red skin of Petra kind of held out towards the damage that your friends have just taken. As she kind of like looks at you both. Just sort of shrugs. Stays on her perch. Elle, you are up.
Oh.
Need food again.
Oh no, stress eating.
I know, I don't have any food with me now. I'm gonna start eating my dice. Oh, Elle is torn. She has seen what has just happened. She is, I think, would she have been able to see Basil go down? I mean,
Yes,
he's in a
you
hole now,
technically
so
have direct line of sight. So even though you didn't see,
Yeah.
like, if the earth exploded, it got dusty, you can see Basil lying limp now that things have settled.
Mhm. Oh, and I really don't want to move that moonbeam closer because if it moves, I could hit these two guys, but then they're gonna explode by everyone again. Oh. Mm.
Apoc, you're on deck.
Yep.
Ooh.
You and Elle.
Elle's gonna use her action to move the moonbeam. She's gonna move it so it's hitting monster 4 and monster 5. She's seeing everyone kind of going down around her and knows that we just need to keep killing these things. Like Ceridian said, we need to kind of get these things down and out.
All right, so right about there for the moonbeam.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, at the top of their turn, they'll make a save. Anything else, Elle?
Elle's gonna grab Emerus's hand and just because she needs some support right now. She's not really sure what's going on.
Emerus will grab yours as well. She looks terrified.
Yeah, we're not doing so good.
Apoc, you are up.
Apoc's just gonna yell back to the group, somebody put out the fire for God's sakes, and then run over to Cam. Cam, you need this way more than I do, and just hands him this gray potion. It'll make your skin a little bit tougher. As on his way there, using Basil's help, catches the arrow that he unleashed into Petra. Aim up his sights again. Bonus action Hunter's Mark as the fleas fly over Petra's head, and he lets loose that one arrow back with advantage.
Okay.
That's a 22 to hit.
Bam.
That's gonna be with all of his might. Roll this one. Oh, that's pretty good. That's gonna be 21 points of piercing damage.
21
Nice.
piercing damage.
Into Petra as she, I don't know, hovers just below the roof like a coward.
Really pissed at her, right?
Yeah. Cam, for your sake, that potion, it's +2 to AC. You're muted. But,
All right.
yeah.
You can see. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Eric.
I appreciate it. Good thought.
Oh, he's not gonna drink it, is he?
Probably not, but whatever. He needs it more than me. He always does.
I think I have higher AC than you.
Do you?
A 16?
Mine's at 16.
As you let loose that arrow, it
Yeah.
does strike Petra. The fleas do their job, but she kind of just like shrugs it off, not quite doing as much damage as you thought it would.
Okay.
Am I hitting a nerve, dear?
Not really, but from now on, I do have an extra eye on you, or 2 or 3. You feel them wriggling around in your little coat.
All right, Sean, stop.
Oh, did I hit an itch?
You're making Andrew's skin crawl.
Good.
Okay. All right. It's now the little fire creature's turn as they have all moved away from the fire. Okay, first and foremost, I think
Constitution.
4 and 5 have to make a con save. 4 fails, 5 succeeds.
Okay.
So roll your damage.
Kaboom.
19
Whoa.
for whomever failed, and then half of that for, I guess, 9.
Both of them explode, and with no one close enough,
Nice.
their
Yes.
death burst does not hurt anyone.
Oh,
Perfect. Perfect.
All right, so at the top of their turn, 1 and 3 that were not affected by the ground since they were flying at the time.
Bastards.
1 is going to, 1 did not use his breath weapon. He used heat metal. He used heat metal on Basil, he's now down. 1 is going to kind of look at Ceridian and look at Ajax and Mrs. Q in a beautiful little line, and is going to open his jaw and just spew fire in your direction. I need you to make a dex save, Mrs. Q.
you know what? I'm not using that die anymore. That's
Yes.
a 8.
That's a what? 8. You take 7 points of fire damage as you see Ajax also taking that damage.
Yes.
Hit once again. Okay, so that was number 1. What's number 6 and number 3 gonna do? What are they gonna do? Number 6 is going to move 30 feet. Number 6 is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to land right in front of the 2 that are sort of hiding in the corner here.
Hiding in a corner.
She's not going to get right
Yeah,
after.
guys, don't hide.
They're also in a line. And number 6 is also going to, he's not. So number 6 is also going to unhinge his jaw and shoot fire at you. So I need you both to make dexterity saving.
Any 2 points are a line.
Is that something?
21.
21. No, sorry, 23. Damn it.
So 3 points of fire damage to both of you.
Make me drop my hunter's mark again. Is it concentration? It's a 9.
A 9.
It's a 9.
Hunter's mark drops.
I know.
my friends.
And stupid, sexy, saucy Petra.
He's Saucy Petra. And number 3. Number 3 is going to give his buddy a hand and is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to move there. And, oh no, he has to move. You gotta go. He's gonna go, he's gonna move 1 space over so that he can hit both Mrs. Q and Ajax with another flame.
This is really bad, guys.
Dexterity saving throw, Mrs. Q. Ajax fails again.
That's
I like to think the bandit's name is Rap.
Rip rap.
I'm gonna throw him back in the yard.
R.I.P.
I was there. I'm sorry.
Rap, do something.
Stop waiting for the beat to drop.
Mrs. Q,
6.
you take 6 points of fire damage.
Mrs. Q drops to the ground.
Oh no.
Yep.
All right, Mrs. Q and Basil are both unconscious, as that concludes their turn. Alrighty, Ajax is going to, he has 1 hand axe in his hand. And he does have his boots of speed, so he's actually going to go ahead and make it to the one that is currently bothering or just dropped Mrs. Q and is going to take 3 attacks at him.
Roll higher than a 10. Let's see.
Wait, 2 attacks. 2 attacks. That hits.
Roll lower than a 10.
both of which hit.
Would you fail sometimes?
2 plus 6. Who's this guy again? What number is he? 3. Yeah, as Ajax takes 2 heavy cleaves out of this critter. He's still standing, but he is looking pretty rough at this point. What's his name? Rap. We'll put Rat back in the order, even though I forgot about him this whole time.
Rap, can you heal?
No. But he will run to the closest one. He's not impeded, and he'll take, I think he's got 2 attacks.
Just runs over Mrs. Q's body.
He can't do anything. I guess you could pull him out.
So 13.
No, he's gonna go ahead and do this.
You fail.
He's gonna go ahead and make his 2 attacks. That one hits. That one does not. Oh, yeah, no, that one does not. All right, as this this fire creature is like barely standing at this point. After quite a few heavy cleaves from 2 of their fighters, it's that ends Riprap's turn. Basil, I need a death saving throw.
That's a fail.
1 failure. Mrs.
Oh,
Q.
no.
Oh, wait. Basil. What memory flashes before Basil's eyes as he inches 1 little bit closer to death?
The memory of meeting his parents again and like embracing them.
All right. Mrs. Q, I need a death saving throw.
Roll that.
Fail.
Mrs. Q, what memory flashes before your eyes as you inch 1 closer to death?
Mrs. Q gets this sort of image of this sort of older hedge putting a cup of tea on the table of her kitchen table for her.
Like a guy hedge?
Yes, like a dude hedge.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Damn.
Whoa!
Camembert, you are up.
I don't know.
I don't want to die either.
This is a very challenging turn. On one hand, I don't know if Cam would have seen them fall with how far back they are. The fact that he's been focused on Petra and being handed a potion from Apoc.
I mean, they're only about 20 feet from you, but your attention has been taken up, so.
Pardon?
Your attention has been quite taken up with Petra, so I'll leave that up to you whether you saw it or not. They're not out of view, but which way were you?
Would I notice them fall?
The way I described the initial erupting earth, you saw Petra pointed out what she was going to do. So I would say you probably saw Basil fall. Since then, your attention has been redirected. So I'm going to say you probably haven't seen Mrs. Q fall. Unless you want to make a perception check to see if you would have noticed.
It's an 11.
It's an 11? Yeah, I was going to say like 50-50 whether or not you were focused, like going like this kind of deal between Petra and there. A 10 was what you needed to beat. You would have seen her fall, Mrs. Q.
I turn to Apoc. Don't get yourself hurt, okay?
Hey, we're in this together.
As I walk away from him, I rush over to Mrs. Q and I'm going to try and stabilize her.
Okay, go ahead and give me a medicine check.
It's like you told me to choose the ones that were worthy to visit you. I couldn't think of a person more unworthy to be handed over to you. And I'm gonna roll a 4.
No.
I have to Google something really quickly. Hold on.
For medicine, that would be like stabilizing, so I wouldn't stabilize. So literally nothing would happen.
Let nothing happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay, that's
I don't know what I'm
stupid.
doing. I absolutely
Yeah.
don't know what I'm doing.
I was just looking at whether or not it counted as a death saving throw or not. Okay, great. You go over and attempt to bandage up Mrs. Q, but you are unsuccessful.
Failing
That's your
that,
action.
and I. That's probably not. All right, I'm good.
You're good? Okay.
Oh boy.
It is Brenna's turn. As she is kind of like looking over her shoulders, she sees the commotion behind you. Oh no. She's going to just grit her teeth. You can see the anger that's just fuming underneath Brenna's skin as she takes all of her attacks at the creature number 1 in front. First one misses. And the second one's a critical. And that's going to be more than enough to
Blammo.
completely kill this guy. Her dexterity saving throw. She only takes 2 points of fire damage. She once more gets singed. We actually make that. She's gonna look up at the two of you. You can see just like fire marks along her skin, and she's going to point at Emrys. To the hedge! As she turns and is going to do her standing leap, jumping over the rubble to land beside Ajax and take her last swing at the at number 3, which is another critical hit.
Jesus.
I know.
Man. Ooh,
Did we do anything?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I killed a couple of them, but
That's going to be more than enough to kill this guy again. Brenna fails and Ajax fail. They take 6 fire damage. Okay, so 6 and 6. As you can now see Ajax and Brenna starting to show that wear and tear, like singes all over their armor, kind of blood around some of the wounds from the devils earlier on. But number 3 is no more. Okay. Brenna. It's now Emrys. As soon as Emrys heard the general kind of yell at her, she sort of wakes up for a second, and you can almost feel a tremor through your feet, Elle, as Emrys kind of steadies herself. She loosens her grip on your arm, and she sort of just shakes her head. Not again, she says, and she's gonna look at you, let you go, and sprint towards Mrs. Q. Actually, she's going to do her long jump towards Mrs. Q. So she kind of like gets into a sprinter pose and just boings
jumps.
and jumps. One of her traits as a servant. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She used 1, 2. With her last spell slot, she's going to kind of pick up some of the sand from the erupting earth and kind of sprinkle it over your wounds, Mrs. Q. And you are going to regain 6 hit points.
Okay.
As the sand almost closes the wounds that you've taken.
Whew. Mrs. Q kind of like sits up and shakes off the dust. and looks up to Emrys and said, wow, that was really nicely done.
Thank you. She's like sweating just a little bit. It's now Petra's go.
That's 5 more fire beasts fly out of the fire.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
damn.
More fire shows up. Oh my god.
Camembert moved away. Petra's gonna kind of observe what happened. Apoc, you can kind of see her eyes sort of narrowing, counting, looking at Cam before she looks back down at you. You can see her almost calculating. She's going to... Petra's gonna fly down to you, actually, is what she's gonna do. She's gonna land right in front of you, this like towering feminine form with these large wings, just sort of looking at you. Just kind of regarding you. I need you to make me a perception check.
Just don't fail me now. Twelve.
12. Okay.
12.
As she lands, Petra kind of holds out her hand. And in it, as this red smoke starts to swirl, she grabs onto the hilt of this large, like obsidian scimitar. Kind of just raises it towards you. And as she goes to bring it down towards you, you catch a glint of something that tightens around her neck and almost forces her back. Her arm just kind of missing the slice as it goes.
If I'd known you were into that.
Interesting. She kind of stands back up straight. I wonder what it was with you. Now I'm aware. You know, I told you before, Apoc. She looks over at Cam. Like recognizes like. Before you can do anything else, she's going to fly up once more.
God damn it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honor to meet you. I must say it's been fun. As she tries to get all of your attention, you can see Ajax, Ceridian kind of like looking up, taking a breath, just trying to get their bearings as Petra starts to speak. This won't be the last time we meet, I'm sure. Look me up if you can. I'd love to catch up sometime. We'll see you around. Her wings beating in the air, she does the biggest mockery of a curtsy. She reaches behind her back. You can see a slender rod as she pulls it forward, crushes it between her hands, and is gone.
She steals my baseball.
Are we out of?
There is, I was gonna say there's only one.
Yeah, there's still one more dude.
There's one creature left, but he is on the brink of death. Yeah, he's on the brink of death. We're...
I think it's me, right?
Yeah,
Technically.
we do still have one member down, so we'll have kind of a loose. Elle, are you doing anything? Apoc, are you doing anything?
Yeah, Elle is gonna kind of, again, with Emrys running away, Elle kind of feels a little bit ashamed that she didn't run into the fray sooner. So she's in like very like 11 energy is gonna just be like screaming, and she's gonna move the moonbeam to where, like, she's gonna be walking and also using her action to move the moonbeam over to number 6, just screaming at it. Boom.
Cover it completely. It's gone.
It's gone. But also then as a bonus action, as she gets closer, she's gonna cast Healing Word, which I believe I can do. It's not a concentration spell.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay. I should have done this last time. So she's gonna cast Healing Word at 2nd level on Sir Basil.
All right.
So
So you get rolled the wrong dice. You get 9 points of healing.
Whew.
As your eyes open once more, you gasp for breath, kind of laying all askew on the erupted earth. We are now out of combat, for real, since it seems like you did not have to make another death save. Move Petra out of the equation. It's just you now.
Did we just see Petra disappear, or did she did something physically happen and we saw her teleport away?
You saw her kind of curtsy in midair, grab a rod out from her back. You can go ahead and make an Arcana check. You know what was going on.
11.
11.
Arcana is not a strong suit.
It's you definitely can tell that. I mean, it was definitely a spell. What spell? You're not too sure, but it was definitely a spell. Did you have Hunter's Mark on her?
No, it was gone. Apoc's just gonna blindly fairy fire the spot that she was at.
You go to fairy fire the spot that she was at. It doesn't seem to find purchase on anything.
Yeah, the fleas are just up there flying around, not finding anything.
They're buzzing around. Yeah.
Okay, and then run back to the group.
Ceridian's kind of okay. Everything all right, Emrys? She's sort of just looking around, kind of holding on to Ajax's arm. You can see Ajax himself is looking a little shell-shocked. Ceridian kind of straightens up. You knew. What was that? You shouted, what was that?
I told Ajax there was things here. Fiends,
She kind of rubs her face. The rest of the compound. Can you do it again? Are there more?
I can't do it now. Aren't you exhausted? I'm exhausted.
She's going to just start pushing her way off of the out of the erupting earth, kind of push past you, and is going to rush to the door and just start trying to open it. Ajax kind of sits down and holds his head. Emrys is just going to help you up, Mrs. Q. She's quite short, Emrys. She's very slender, but she's quite short. She probably comes up to your shoulders. She's just sort of tapping you on the arm. It's okay. Maybe you should sit down. I mean, you look a little, you should sit down. I've heard you should sit down. You should sit down.
Mrs. Q turns to Emrys and says, I'll sit down in a minute. There's a little bit of work to do here. And she turns to Ajax and casts Healing Word. So 1d4 plus, what is it? 2, 1d4 plus 2. So 5.
5. That kind of breaks him out of his daydream for a second, for lack of a better word. As he kind of looks up, you can see that he's almost bleary-eyed. He just sort of blinks. It was the grain. Y'all see the green? He rubs his eyes. It was the green again.
Mrs. Q looks at Ajax and she recollects the conversation that we had had with him before about I guess what happened with Dace, right? With the taking over of the whatever. And she says, we should debrief soon, but right now, you need to take command of your fighters and secure the compound, and encourages him to sort of like buck up and go chat with the boys who are on the other side of the door and send word.
It takes a bit. He's pretty out of it, but as you sort of like get him up and the pounding of Ceridian on the door, as it has not opened yet, starts to rouse him, he's able to go and assist her. And together it takes a bit of pounding, but they're able to open the door and exit the hall. The hall is yours, guys.
Holy crap.
Great work out there, Rip Rap. You really,
You know what? He leaves the hall too because I forgot about him, so I'm gonna keep forgetting about him. He's gone.
you really crushed it out there. Couldn't have done it without you.
There's like 18 little things on this tracker. So many.
Can one of you smart people go check out the fire and see if it's hazardous?
Make an investigation check, Cam.
Oh, is Cam there already?
Somebody moved Cam's marker, so I'm gonna go with that.
13.
Elle will walk over, but can she do like an Arcana check?
Yeah,
To see if
absolutely.
anything
Go
else
for it.
funky is going on. That's a dirty 20 on Arcana for Elle.
Nice.
17 plus 3.
Yeah, you although neither of you have seen these creatures before, Cam, you're pretty sure that the fire that remains is just fire. Fire is not your strong suit, Elle, but you know enough to know that there's no magic left in whatever flames caused that to happen. It seems like they were in hiding for the moment when they were being called forward, and that moment has come and they are now gone.
Elle, you see Cam went to the fire, and since you're next to me, that he didn't go to really investigate, that he was just trying to hide his face as he's weeping.
Mrs. Q
I would have cried.
Mrs. Q like walks. She wants to go check on Elle because this was kind of a big deal for Elle, this battle, and the conversation that she had had with her beforehand about what to expect is like ringing in her ears. So she goes over to check and ask Elle, like, "You okay?"
Elle's not super good with dealing with any kind of emotion. So she's kind of looking up at Cam and not really knowing what to say. Because the last person she would have seen cry would have been her dad. And she's really repressed that memory. So she's kind of shaken up. So then when Mrs. Q kind of comes over, there's like this maternal thing happening. And so Elle just kind of sits down and she's kind of got a bit of a blank expression, and she just says, when you read about all the adventures in the books and in the daydreams, they don't really talk about this part, the part where people get hurt and your friends fall down and you don't know if you're making the right decision when you're trying to help everyone all at once. She's kind of gonna sit there like Cam, just staring into the fire, having a bit of an existential crisis.
Well, no one expects perfection, but with the right heart, you'll make the right choice. And Mrs. Q, has Elle sat down?
Yeah,
Like-
she's just full on like butt down, legs out, leaning forward.
Mrs. Q hunkers down next to her, staring at the fire, and leans over and says, "You know what else they don't tell you about these big battles in the stories?"
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "Cookies. It's the snack of champions." And she whips out a cookie and gives it to Elle.
That's really
Aw.
cute.
Mm-hmm. She's
And
gonna
she-
take the cookie. Yeah.
And she looks up at Cam, who presumably is sort of standing there still, and just sort of grabs his hand and holds it and doesn't make him talk.
Oh.
And you just feel him squeeze. He doesn't say anything. He just squeezes.
Well,
Stop. Stop.
A-
heart.
Apoc goes up next to Basil. Basil. Thanks for always being there for me. You know, every time we get into these fights, it's always you yelling supportive things.
That's amazing.
It's nice to know somebody thinks about you.
I imagine Sir Basil,
You normal size now?
yeah, I'm back to normal size. So I'm back to my little self. Kind of picking himself up. He probably has his head down, just thinking about how he got his ass whooped. I'm even imagine him going over and picking up his sword and just looking at it. And he'll probably respond to Apoc saying, "I should have been able to do more."
You did great.
And then he'll say, "It still wasn't enough. Gaspar wouldn't be proud of me." And then he'll just look at him and say, "What the heck was that?"
I don't know, but I'm proud of you.
Shabazz are kind of looking down, kind of nod his head, and just kind of turn and put his arm against Apoc. Kind of saying, without saying it, "Thanks, buddy."
Could I pick you up and put me on my shoulders? Would you be here for that?
Sir Basil allows it.
Should go catch up with everybody. You know, maybe get some warmth by the fire.
Sir Basil just nod.
Apoc just goes over and puts his hand on Cam's shoulder.
Cam throws his oil flask in the flames and we all blow him up.
Long gone.
Oh god.
No, he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's a real team moment, guys.
Yeah.
I like to imagine that as we're all sort of having this bonding moment, you just hear the nibbly sounds of
Cookies.
munching on her cookie.
Oh no.
Also of Emrys, who's awkwardly just munching on a pocket pancake from earlier today from your hearth.
Yeah.
Oh
She's
no.
kind of just sitting awkwardly in the corner,
thought
just
Emrys left.
waiting. No. Emrys decided to stay with her new friend, but she's giving you guys the space. She's kind of just she's chilling in the chair.
Aw.
I imagine Sir Basil's on Apoc's shoulder, just staring at the fire, and then out of nowhere, out of the corner of the screen, you just see this hand come up with a cookie.
Yeah.
Sir Basil just takes it.
Everybody gets a cookie.
Love it.
Emrys, you want to join us? We could use a healer.
I can't heal right now, but yeah, I'll do you. I'm gonna come. And she climbs over the table and just starts skipping over towards you.
She's hoofing it.
She's huffing it. Jesus, Steph.
I'll say as Sir Basil is kind of hanging out with everyone, even the cookie, he regains some second wind, and he gains back some HP. Just so he's looking a little better from his like.
Hey, holy smokes. Yeah, you look great. Oh,
Second wind, what did I say?
Unless there's any
Still
last.
munching on,
Oh.
yeah, still munching on her cookie. Ella's gonna kind of turn to Apoc. Just say, next time you pick a girlfriend, pick one who doesn't turn into a big old monster and try to kill all of us.
You think she likes me?
I was gonna say, well, I don't know much about girlfriends. My brother F had one, but that's all I really know.
Hang on.
But
Brother F.
you didn't seem to pick a good one, is all she's gonna say.
I mean, sometimes they pick you, right?
She's gonna shrug. I'm 12.
All right. As you're all having your recovery cookie, you can hear the sounds in the distance of footsteps down the hall, kind of just echoing. Trying to regain what you can by the fire after a long slog of a fight. I think we'll end that session there.
Dang, man.
Oh.
I can't tell you how